What's going on, my friends? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin. Right now, we're sitting at $38,800. We're down about 3%. What I want to do today was look at the technicals. We're going to work from the 1 day into the 1 hour so we can really get some detail. And we're also going to look at Glassnode so we can see what some of the bigger addresses are doing as we hit some of this resistance. And that's what I want to start out with here, guys. We've talked about this move here and how we've had about 8 or 9 days to the upside here the last video. And what I've patiently been waiting to do, because I did not buy down in this area in terms of my trading account, I was patiently waiting, guys, because this was a sticky area where we were at here. If we would have lost this support, most likely we would have dropped about $5,000. So for me, what I've been waiting for is a retracement from this move, and then to see where we end up landing and what type of candlestick pattern we find off support, because we're roughly going to need to hold about $35,870 is what I'm going to want to see as a higher low. So it would look something along the lines of this. If we keep coming down here, find support, that could be a potential buy area if we do have a nice bullish candlestick pattern off there on some volume, and then try to make this move up through $41,000, which could potentially take us up to about $47,000 to $48,000 then. So that's kind of my strategy right now, but I'm not rushing anything, guys. I never chase. If anything, I missed too many opportunities because I learned in 2017, when I see something go straight up or whatnot and I'm in profit, I'm going to patiently wait for a great opportunity. I'm not going to put good money after bad positions just because I get bored. Okay, so for me, I've been waiting for this move here to stall out, which we're starting to do now. You can see we had a doji candle here yesterday, so showing a little indecision at resistance, and now what you're seeing is a little bit of follow through today. And what this is also going to do is cool down the relative strength. We got up to around 70 right now. We're sitting at 63. So if we found support off here, guys, that would be pretty impressive. That would hardly be any type of a retracement before we moved again. That would be a bullish signal for us. But for me, what I'm looking for, I like to use the Fibonacci for these little micro fibs. So we're going to go from our local bottom to the local top right there that we've seen here on the 1 day time frame. And what you can see is the 0.236, that's going to be at about 37,800, and then the 0.382 is going to be at 36,000. The 0.5 is going to be at 34.6. So that's kind of the area that I'm looking at, is this 0.5 to this 0.618, the golden pocket, even back around 33,289. I could see us coming back down to that area, finding nice support off that. That's what I'm going to patiently be waiting for and see if we can get that next move to the upside. And guys, one thing that I like to do is always have longer term positions as well. They're basically called anti-FOMO positions is what I like to do. So I didn't FOMO into this position. I've just been waiting for what we've been talking about, trying to find a higher low like we did here. You can see how we pushed up, found a higher low, and then we went higher. Obviously, we didn't get the follow through, but this is a little bit different of a move than what we had over here. It's on heavier volume. Okay, so today on the 1 day time frame, extremely bullish if we could hold this 200 EMA if we don't even close below it, but I'm anticipating pulling back a little bit more. And guys, this is something, even if you wanted a position right now, something for a little bit longer term, if you do believe this is the ultimate bottom here, after a day like today or during a day like today where we're down 3%, you can always buy a small position. So you have a little bit of it, and then if it falls a little bit more, you can buy a little bit more until you ultimately find that bottom and you can get that reaction back to the upside, is what I like to do. Okay, but always having just a small position, I think long term really helps out, so that you're not really trying to chase things all around in this market where Bitcoin can move over 20% in 1 day. We can go sideways for 2 months and then it can run on a 1 minute candle, guys, 10%. That's the name of the game, and that's what we're in. But I also want you to pay attention to this here, and this is just going to be a rough one. We're going to try to get as many touches as possible here. So I would look something along the lines of this for a trend line that we need to pay attention to as well. So you can see we still have this downtrend. So this downward sloping trend line, that's also correlating with this horizontal resistance, because right here, guys, this could just be a horizontal range and we just hit the top of the horizontal range, then we could come all the way back down. But for me, for us to be bullish, I want to see us hold that $35,886 right in that area. So that would be the previous high that we had there. We'd want to turn it into support. So we broke up through it, turn it into support, try to go higher. Relative strength right now at 63. If we get into the 12-hour time frame, we're just going to work our way through. And also let me know what you guys have been doing. Are you fully invested right now? Have you just been hodling? Have you been shorting? Are you playing any positions to the long side? I would love to hear what you guys are doing as well. So on the 12-hour time frame, what I want us to pay attention to is see if we can hold this 200 EMA. Right now we had a candle close right on it, so we're going to see if we do retrace a little bit more like we talked about, maybe down to that $36,000 range. But right now on the 12-hour time frame, the relative strength is also at 63. And you can see how we've pushed up nice, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, trying to set a higher low, see if we can go up there and set a higher high. If we get into the 4-hour time frame, so on the 4-hour time frame, we have broken down through the 20 EMA, and that's going to be in purple. And basically this entire uptrend, since we closed a candle up above it at about $30,000, we have been trading up above that, and we just had our first candle close below it. So we want to be aware of that. We'd be looking down to support at about 37,195. If we continue to fall, then the area I'd look at is back down around that $35,000. Now, if we found support here, we'd have to get up roughly about $40,720, what I'd be looking at there. But we did have some heavier selling off pressure, and you can see a little bearish divergence as price was going up. You can see our relative strength was actually going down. And this is what I've been waiting for, guys, just a little bit, because like I said, I missed the entry down in here, and I really didn't want to chase anything. I'm not one to chase. If I miss it, I miss it. I'll wait for another good opportunity, and it is what it is, guys. There's a lot of good traders who missed that move down there in terms of their trading account. And the reason for that is because of how dangerous it was when, you know, even on the 1-hour time frame here, guys, we were trading below all these moving averages. All we had was that little layer of support there, and if we fell, it could have been a massive drop. And I don't think a lot of people wanted to expose themselves to that. They'd rather wait to see a little bit more confirmation, and that's kind of where I was at. On the 1-hour time frame here, what you can see, we're trying to find support off the 100 EMA. If we lose that, we're going to look down to the 200 for support at $37,000. Relative strength right now is going to be at 37 on the 1-hour time frame. The 20 is starting to cross down through the 50. Guys, last time we had this cross, it was a golden cross, the 20 up through the 50 here, and then it really set this move off. So we want to pay attention to that as well on the backside. And that's why I'm going to be continuously waiting to find some good, strong support. Now, if we get into Glassnode, okay, guys, let me know if you want me to keep adding this in for us and if you get something from it. So just give me a thumbs up down low, or I like the Glassnode, anything like that. It really helps out with the algorithm as well. So addresses with 10,000 or more, what you can see is we're starting to sell off here. So price was going off, and guys, we're actually dumping their coins into that strength. So 10,000 or more, we have to be aware of this, guys. Okay, so we have to be careful here. 1,000 or more. And I was looking at this earlier, 1,000 or more. You can see this one's starting to go down a little bit as well. So we've basically had almost like a horizontal bottom or just a flat bottom here, but we've started to lose a little bit. So 1,000 or more, we were at 2,169, and now we're at 2,154. If we get into addresses, 100 or more. 100 or more, price was going up. You can see we actually just sold off there. So we had 16,000 people with 100, or 16,000 addresses with 100 or more. And now, let's see, right now we're at 15,978. If we get into address with 10 or more, so 10 or more they've been buying. And you can see that actually going up a little bit there. We've hit that rounded bottom. And if we get into 1 or more, this still has been going up. So, guys, a lot of mixed messages in the market right now. And I just think the main thing is being safe, looking for a great opportunity. And, you know, guys, don't be afraid ever to stop out and then look for another great opportunity, because you can always go for it, put a stop loss below, and then if it reverses, you get stopped out. Patiently wait for a good opportunity until you see the market going in your direction, and then that's when you want to be able to get back in. But don't be discouraged, because this market swings so much back and forth, and it is what it is. You're going to get stopped out, but you have to have that risk management, and you have to take control of your capital so you're not at the mercy of the market. But that's what I wanted to bring you today, guys. That's my plan. God bless each and every one of you. Take care.